We cannot guarantee everything will be perfect. What we can do, though, is be very deliberate and take responsibility for the conditions we're trying to create, and then being very thoughtful about how we're going to respond to them when, lo and behold, they don't quite go the way we thought they were. We have to go into this with our eyes really wide open and really clear about what is possible, and then how we're going to adjust to things on the fly. It really is about looking at the different options that we have in these various situations and then saying, well, we can do it this way or we can do it this way, and we have to balance them. There are rarely times where it's like the answer is absolutely clear and this is what we must do. There are trade-offs, and they take into account a lot of different factors. And in many ways, when we talk about supporting trans and non-binary kids, we could just take the trans and non-binary part out. It's like we support kids. It's what we do as educators. This happens to bring a certain set of conditions and variables that we need to account for, and so we do that. But I want to really encourage you not to, as you think about this work, yes, there are some very unique factors, but it is no different than stuff we do every day as educators, which is figure out who our kids are, figure out what they need, and then figure out solutions to try to get that to them within the systems in which we're doing what we do. This work takes place most effectively in schools that are not just thinking about gender for the very first time when they have a trans kid, okay? They happen in schools that are already focusing on a culture that celebrates individuality and diversity, that sets a tone, right? That says, this is how we treat one another in this community. And this is most effective in schools where being gender inclusive is in fact a really intentional thing. What a support plan, this is what it is, but what it's not is probably as important, which is it's not an accountability tool. It's not so we can make sure people are doing this and that we can hold the parents accountable to do the things they said, or for the parent, and it's the same thing we say to parents, it's not for you to hold the school accountable. That's not the spirit of a support plan. The spirit of the support plan is to say, look, we're all adults who are going to have an impact on this young person's experience at this institution. Let's figure out what we're doing and not make assumptions, because it's almost always unique.